Good afternoon, Mikel.
Hello.
I know there's a lot of team news to update. If we can just go one at a time. William Saliba, what's the latest?
He's out.
He's out. Do you know for how long?
No, we are assessing him, but he won't be involved this match.
Okay. Declan Rice?
He will be available.
Will be available. Okay. Ricardo Calafiori?
As well, yes.
And you had a few worries about Gabriel Martinelli when he came off. What's the latest on him?
Yeah, it looks as well that he's going to be out. We have to again do some more tests and see the extent of the injury, but this game is going to be too early for him.
And I know Bukayo Saka came into the game with illness and you took him off.
Yeah.
Is he going to be okay?
Yeah, he's going to be fine.
Okay, just on Brighton, what have you made of them so far this season, and a familiar player in great form up front, someone you know very well in Danny Welbeck, seems to have a habit of scoring against his former clubs. Is he someone you're going to have to...
Hopefully not tomorrow. Yeah, very happy for him to see as well. Obviously we were teammates, and now the whole history of him and the goods and the difficult moments that he has in his career, so I think it's remarkable what he's doing. The same with the team and Fabian and the coaches. The continuous work that they've done at that club is incredible. I think Fabian has added something slightly different as well, and very well prepared team, very difficult to beat them. You've seen the results against the big teams as well, so we expect a really tough match, obviously.
Given the number of fixtures you've got just now, it is a test of your what is a very, very strong squad. Should we expect a lot of changes? I know you're not going to give us the team, but should we expect a lot of changes tomorrow? And are you more relaxed about the options that you have compared to previous seasons?
That word, relax in football, is impossible. We're going to try to manage the minutes and the loads as good as possible, because as you said, we have a lot of games coming up with very short recovery time, which is a bit unusual, but we're going to remain very competitive.
The bookies have you outright favourites, Mikel, to win the Premier League title. Gary Neville says it's yours to win. I'll make that differential. It's not yours to lose, it's yours to win, is what he said.
Okay.
Are you aware of the noise? Do you embrace the noise? Do you ignore the noise?
Well, that's what we want. I think when our people are excited and when you see that the team is competing at the level consistently, there are the right reasons to believe, and that's the main thing. If you want to win big trophies, you certainly have to install that feeling amongst the team, the club, and around it. And we're in a really good position at the moment, but we know how early it is and how difficult every game is.
I know, Mikel, that a lot has been made of set pieces. It was another set piece that provided the winner on Sunday. Some pundits and rival fans kind of looking down their nose on it, but there is a phrase that says imitation is the sincerest form of flattery. Do you almost feel like a trendsetter when it comes to this side of the game?
I don't know, but a lot of things that we do in many other aspects, I'm sure teams will pick them. We do the same with other teams. The best teams in Europe doing certain things. If we can gather information and then adapt it to your own team, if you find that this could help and be a way to win more football matches, more than welcome. That's the history of the human being.
Thank you.
Okay, Alex, BBC.
Hi, Mikel. You've been working to increase the atmosphere and the connection with the fans. Have you been feeling that, and do you still want more?
We always want more, but I think I said it after the match against Palace that I really liked it, and it's always tricky after a big match in midweek against Atletico to reproduce that, but it certainly was a great atmosphere to play football, and the more we do that, the more we increase that, the more maintain it throughout the game, and the team is feeling that, we're going to become better and stronger and much more difficult for the opponent to play.
You have good squad depth this year after the summer signings, but probably one place you don't due to injuries is a direct replacement probably for Victor Gyökeres. Is he harder to rotate? Does he need some minutes out because of how much he's played?
Yeah, in the front line especially, that's where we are more difficulties as well, with Noni out, with Kai out, with Gabi Jesus out, with Gabi Martinelli out as well. So that's the area that we have to be more careful as well, more conscious, because there we don't have that many options. So as I said, we're going to try to manage the load as good as possible to make sure that the players are fresh, they can compete really well, and the team can maintain the level that it's showing.
You're competing in 4 competitions this year. You're one of the favourites in most of them. Where does the Carabao Cup rank to you, and how important is it for you to go deep in the competition?
Today, the most important one, because it's the game that we have tomorrow. It's a competition that we haven't won it for many years, and it has to start tomorrow. We have to do a great game in order to be able to beat a very good Brighton side. We know that, we are prepared for that, and we have to show it on the pitch.
Simon Standard.
Mikel, can I just ask you about Ben White, who's obviously had a difficult start to the season fitness-wise. Is he still sort of feeling the impact of the knee surgery he had last season? Has it been something else? What's been the issue for him fitness-wise?
Yeah, he had a setback, and that hasn't helped. But I think in pre-season probably was our best player. I think he played every game, and he was in great form, and we need him, because when Ben is at the level that he can show, is a top player for us, a player that drives the team in a different way, gives us a different threat on that flank as well, and we need him at his best.
It's sort of known now that he wants to play for England again. Do you feel he's got the time to break into Tuchel's squad before the World Cup, and are you eager to give him the opportunity to show Thomas why he should be picking him?
Yeah, well, it's still a lot of months to go, and in football everything can change one way or the other, and if Ben wants to do that, if Thomas believes he's the right player to do so, so happy for him. He will have here, I'm sure, a lot of minutes, a lot of opportunities, and obviously his background talks about himself in the best possible way to give him the chance to be there.
Tom.
Hi Mikel, throw some stats at you. In the first 5 league games of the 2019-20 season before you arrived, Arsenal conceded 109 shots on goal, and 34 of those were on target. In your last 5 league games, you conceded 33 shots on goal, just 7 on target. It's a massive change over the course of your tenure. Was that a key area that you kind of identified when you first arrived that you were desperate to change?
Well, yes, because I think we discussed the other day about the very close relationship between keeping clean sheet or not conceding goals and winning major trophies, and that's a foundation that we are building over the last 3 years, I think, and we need to continue to do that. And tomorrow, again, in competitions that you are in or out, you know how crucial that is.
And Damesh alluded to people perhaps looking down their noses at the idea of set pieces. I just wanted to run a quote by you. The quote from this person reads as follows. I love the quote from Michael Richards when he says, when Arsenal does something, everyone has something to say. This is true. This is the reality. Do you know who said that quote?
No.
That was Granit Xhaka back in 2022. Do you think he's right? Is it when Arsenal do something, everyone has something to say about it?
I don't know. I don't take it. Probably it is true, because it's such a big club that obviously we make a lot of noise with it, whether it's good or bad, whatever. But that means that people are paying attention to that. We know our history, and that's very normal. Hopefully we make noise for the good things.
James Athletic.
Hi Mikel.
Hi.
We saw a little bit of Pierre Nketiah at the end of the game at the weekend. Arsenal fans will be looking forward to seeing more of him. He's obviously a really versatile player. He's played different positions in different systems. How do you envision his role in your team? Do you see him more as a central defender or maybe a fullback?
Both, I think, and he's a warrior. He's gonna bring such intensity, physicality, emotion to the team as well. His quality on the ball. Is a player that is super keen. He can play inside, he can play on wide position. He's done it, as you said, in different ways, and now we need to get him up to speed, because the moment that physically is at his best, he's going to raise the level.
Right. And another player in the squad who might be hoping to feature tomorrow, Ethan Ranieri. Last season, a lot of his football, I guess due to injuries, came in the wide positions on the right-hand side. This season, most of what we've seen from him has been in the centre. I just wondered, is that something that's been instigated by you, by the player? Is that a choice for his development? What can you say to explain this kind of change for him?
A bit of everything. At the end, the context of Bukayo's injuries and not having a replacement as well opened that opportunity for him to break in and have a lot of minutes at his age. And now that he's more settled, he's more stable, more mature, we see him a lot playing inside in both positions. That's where his biggest threat is. That's where I think he feels most comfortable as well, and he can connect better with teams. But doesn't mean that he cannot play wide. He can do it still, but I think now we need to start developing more in one position.
James, ESPN.
Hi, Mikel.
Hi.
I'll ask you about Kepa.
Yeah.
If he plays tomorrow, I'm guessing you won't tell us if he will play tomorrow.
I don't know that's
If he does, it'll only be his second game. I just wondered how did you tell the goalkeepers how it would work this season? Is David? I mean, I would suggest he is probably first choice David Raya. Is that what you told them? Is David Raya first choice and Kepa's competed?
I never do that, but I don't do that with any player. I think at the end they have to earn it. Obviously, David has been incredibly good for us in the last few years, and Kepa knew that when he came in, but he's ready to compete. I mean, if I have to highlight behaviors in that dressing room and culture, probably I will mention him as a number one, because again, he's coming into a different environment after winning everything in football, almost being in the national team, Chelsea, Real Madrid, big clubs, and he comes here and every single day he's behaving like tomorrow's train station is the most important one of his life, and he will have his chances to play. He's in a really good place, and if he plays tomorrow, I'm sure he will be really good.
From the way that you talk about him, is part of the sort of top form we're seeing from David is actually down to the position that Kepa's provided.
Because that connection, and I think the environment that you create between the goalkeepers and the coaches, it's unique. They are unique. To be a goalkeeper, you have to be unique. To be in that environment, you have to be unique. They are a lot of times by themselves. They have to do a lot of individual practices, and I think Kepa has raised the level. He has created a true great environment for everybody to shine, and I think that's down to him.
You talked a couple of years ago about substituting goalkeepers. Is that still in your mind? Did you buy Kepa with a view to maybe doing that?
Yeah, so very recently we have quite a lot of issues, and a lot of the subs have been because players could not finish games. But I don't know, maybe somebody would do it.
Will you do it?
Yeah, if I feel it, yes. If I feel it, yes.
Hi, Bukayo. With Ben White, obviously, when he first joined you guys, he was an absolute mainstay, started most of the games, especially in the league. Obviously, now, because of the injuries and setbacks, he's been on the bench most of the time. You said about the setback. Can you give me more details to what that setback has been and the process of all that?
Yeah, it was an injury that kept him out for a few weeks, and we have to manage his load, and he didn't have the rhythm to do that. So the reason why he's not been playing that is to manage that. He's in a good place now. He's been training more recently, and his feeling has been very good, and he will have minutes to play.
Last year, there's a period where it was reported that he was playing through knee pain and then only had the surgery after he couldn't better tolerate the pain. Looking back now in hindsight, do you not regret it, but do you look back and think maybe he should have had surgery earlier than playing through the pain?
I don't know. That's more for the medical staff, but obviously we want to protect our players. We're never going to expose players if we know that we're going to damage them for the future. Ben, I mean, he will play with anything. You really have to scratch and ask him, are you okay, are you okay? Because if not, he won't tell you because he wants to play every game, which is great. But with that injury, it didn't allow him to have that consistency, and hopefully now he's going to get that rhythm because the team needs him.